Hey everybody, it's pre-show Christopher again for another episode. Just before the episode starts today, I just want to give a quick disclaimer that I mentioned the NGYC Youth Retreat that's coming up in May, early May, but I gave the wrong dates. I said it was the 3rd to the 5th. It's actually May 2nd through the 4th, so definitely, I messed up on the date. So it's the 2nd through the 4th, not the 3rd through the 5th. Also take today's episode with a grain of salt. Sam's updates were pretty crazy, and we did have a special guest host on, Sam Cotner, so that's pretty exciting. One of our first ever guest hosts, and pretty stoked about that. But yeah, take it with a grain of salt. Some of them are getting pretty crazy, but thanks for listening and enjoy today's episode. Bye. Oh, I'm so out of breath right now. Hello everybody, welcome to episode 11, is it, of Not Your Echo Chamber Podcast. Matthew's currently scrolling some hilarious memes right now.
No, he's looking at the show doc.
Oh, he's looking at the show doc.
I saw 6, 7, and I just laughed.
Like a good little muffin.
We're not all stupid and irresponsible all the time.
That's true.
Just before the show when you're trying to get us ready.
Yeah.
I'm just here big chillings, sitting in a chair looking at Matthew. That's Sam, by the way.
Would you like to introduce our special guest?
So besides our regular host today, we have me, Christopher, and we got Jeremiah.
Yeah, hi.
And we got Matthew.
It's me. And me, the star of the show today.
We have got Sam, can we use your last name on this podcast?
Go ahead.
Sam Cotner, ladies and gentlemen, the Sam Cotner on today's podcast. So usually at the beginning, I just want to make a quick announcement. Usually I go through all of where you can find us, Twitter, all that stuff. But today, I'm adding a new segment called News, and we're going to move all the news stuff into that segment. So we can just have this kind of clean right now, and later we can go over all that, because we do have some new items to go over. But other than that, this podcast is a podcast where we talk about our opinions, and you don't have to like it. So, you have a lot of opinions? That's good, because this is an opinionated show. Today we're going to do weekly updates. We're going to do last week's news. Got that pre-recorded. We're going to kind of, on the fly, we're going to do some sports ball update. We got that news that I said about. We're going to do, I have some media review. And then we're not going to do a draft today. We don't have time. But we are later going to go see the Minecraft movie. And
it was going to be so clean. Why did you have to say it was pre-recorded?
Because everybody knows it was pre-recorded. I say it every time. I say every time in the recording.
No one's going to know, man. It's so clean in your truck.
I didn't even know, and I was on the podcast.
What?
I didn't even know it was pre-recorded, and I was on the podcast.
Because you're just like, oh, yep, that totally just happened, and then you messed up my aura. Oh, come on. Why do we have to get a phone call? Alright, hold on, listeners. Okay, so weekly updates. You guys want to go right into that?
Yeah, I need to go first, because Sam might steal mine.
Alright, before we actually get into that segment, though, I just mentioned that we are going to go see the Minecraft movie later today. Right after we finish this, we're just going to go straight to the theater. So, I know we've talked about it a lot off the podcast, but first impressions of what it's going to be like. I'll go first. So, you guys can disagree with me on this, but I feel like it's what I've seen of the trailers is disrespectful to anybody who played Minecraft and actually appreciates the lore. They came out trying to make a meme movie, and so I guess that's what you have to go into it thinking it's just a meme. I just wish they would have done something that would have been more respectful to the Minecraft community. I mean, they're gonna do some things, but I mean, it's not the Minecraft movie I was hoping for, and we'll just see what happens.
And I've never played Minecraft, so I don't know what to expect.
Don't worry, you're gonna get nothing.
And if I don't get caffeine, I'm gonna pass out.
Yeah, we'll make sure to get you some caffeine before we watch it.
Alright, what's the... Jeremiah or Matthew, do you have any opinions?
It's a train wreck on wheels. It's gonna be a train wreck.
It's gonna be a minecart wreck. Ayo.
No, it's not, because they're not gonna include that, because that would be true to Minecraft. And the only things that they want in this movie are Jack Black and Jason Momoa. Anyway, ever since I saw the trailer, I knew this thing was gonna be a train wreck. I've just decided maybe I'll be able to enjoy this train wreck. So I'm going in it's gonna be cringy. It's gonna be at least it's better than Snow White. Thankfully Snow White released, so we're okay, this animation is actually not bad.
Because Snow White's a Latina.
I know, right?
So then that's okay.
It's more like snow, light brownish. Light brownish what? Snow is white and white is white. How did they go wrong?
All I'm saying is, at least it wasn't Terry Crews.
That's true.
I don't know who Terry Crews is, but they're probably in the Minecraft movie. But anyway, so my take going in is that it's going to be just hot garbage, but I might be able to laugh at it, so I'm hoping I can.
You're not gonna laugh with any of the characters. I'm gonna tell you that right now. You're gonna laugh at them totally.
We're doing this for kicks and giggles, fellas.
Flint and steel.
Flint and steel. Hot lava.
This memes. This guy's such a tool bag. What does that even mean?
I'm going into it thinking it's going to be a comedy. They made it to be a comedy and they made it to be funny. They're not actually serious about this. So I'm not going to take offense to it. I've been playing Minecraft my whole life. I'm not going to take any offense to it because you know right off the bat that it was going to be a comedy. So that's...
But do you guys
they knew it wasn't a real story. Like,
do you appreciate Jack Black's style of humor as him as an actor?
I've never seen anything by Jack
Mario.
Black.
The Mario movie.
That was not Jack
Bowser.
Black.
He was Bowser.
Oh, that's right.
Sam, keep your shirt on.
I'm glad this is an audio podcast right now.
He was Bowser, and he was kind of funny in that one.
Why can't we stream this? It'll be more entertaining.
For the second time. Okay, just roll with it.
Yeah, no, Bowser, I haven't seen School of Rock, I haven't seen, what is it?
Jack Black goes to the blackjack table.
Goes to DC, I don't know. Isn't he big for like, Nacho Libre or whatever?
Libre.
Nacho Libre?
Yeah, isn't he big?
I love Nacho Libre.
Isn't that Jack Black?
No. Oh, yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
So, yeah, I haven't seen that one either.
How old is that guy?
But underneath the clothes, you find a man. And inside the clothes, under the man, you find his
Soul.
nucleus.
What?
Nacho Libre. You gotta watch the movie, fellas.
We might need to watch some Jack Black. I do know, to answer your question, Christopher, I do know School of Rock turned like 20 years old last year, I think.
So this man's
He's
old.
funny.
So he's at least 40.
No, he's like 60.
But he wasn't 40 in it. Was it 25? Was it 30 years?
We'll just say he's an old fart.
Yeah.
He's an old fart.
He's an old fogey.
Steve!
I am Steve. I yearn for the mines.
I think it's gonna be hilarious. I'm gonna be completely honest with you.
I mean, I'm not gonna be the party pooper who's like, I'm gonna go see it because it's not cool. I'm just gonna be like, I wish they'd done something different, but fine.
Well, maybe they
It's-
will
it's a
do
comedy.
something
Well,
funny.
Okay, here's my
Maybe
only
something
problem.
different.
Sorry, did I interrupt you?
No.
Okay, my only problem with it is the teeny bopper. There's nothing that irritates me more than like the white girl teeny bopper attitude, you know? It just grinds my gears, you know?
Oh, you'd hate lab rats.
The white
There's no teeny boppers.
No,
in
like
there.
the white girl teeny bopper attitude, like unless the trailers were wrong about this character,
I think they were.
I don't like.
I don't know. We have no idea.
yeah,
trailers are a horrible representation of a movie.
They were for Transformers 1 because it was way better than the trailers let on.
That
but,
was so good.
So honestly, we still just don't know. We're gonna have to do a podcast.
We're trashing
later.
on it way too much.
I
I think we just gotta go. We're gonna have a good review of it in an hour and a half, like 2.5 hours.
Okay, here's the thing. It's gonna be a funny movie, and as long as that teeny bopper doesn't annoy me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
feel
guess
like
so.
you guys are not gonna go in with an open heart. I feel you guys.
I said I am. I said I just wish they had made something different. I'm just gonna have to go into this thinking having a different mindset than I wanted to in the Minecraft movie.
We're probably coming across angrier than we are.
Yeah.
Because we're upset.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, you can burp.
I do it all the time.
It'll just come naturally when it comes.
Okay.
Okay.
Sam warned you that he's gonna burp later in the podcast.
Oh,
Yes.
you're
Stay
gonna...
tuned. Stay tuned.
You're
All
gonna
the
want to listen to
feelings.
the end.
Listen to the end, Sam.
My
Burp
burps are truly a treat.
The
Treasure trove.
best burps.
The best burps.
Oh, speaking of Sam Burp story, so this is actually a hilarious story. We were at camp. I believe it was a special counselor retreat where we have like a special panel of like six, seven people. I wasn't even trying to do that one. Six or seven people. That meme is so stuck in my head. But there's like 6 or 7 people, counselors, telling this deep, insightful things about counseling at camp. And do you remember the story now? Sam remembers the story. What happens was somebody said something so profound that everyone was just all of a sudden quiet. Then out in the bathrooms, out in the lobby, in the bathroom, you hear a resounding belch of unparalleled magnitude just rip through the air, and everybody just starts dying laughing. It
really lightened up the mood.
was the top 3 camp moment of all time. I'm not gonna lie.
And then I come out and just see everybody look back and start laughing. I was like, oh no, they heard it.
It was kind of an awkward moment because it was like got an awkward question or something was asked, and then everyone was like super quiet.
No, it was like super profound. Like somebody had just finished a thought. Like they had finally finished the answer to the question, like, and everybody's just like not like not
like 5 seconds of silence. 5 seconds of silence.
And then it just rings out across the room. It was so comical. Sam's wins are legendary.
Sam. And if you want to see more of my content, go to Buck Duck 2 Sam Antics CIT Week 2024. It's the best video out there.
That's true. It's all about this man Sam.
It is a lot of random, funny, wholesome content.
Yes.
That video is
Buck Duck 2. Check it out.
Yeah.
All right, you guys ready to get into weekly updates?
Yeah, this intro's been 10 minutes.
All right, so today for weekly updates, does anybody want to start?
I do.
All right.
I already said I have to go first because Sam might steal my weekly update.
All right.
My first weekly update is I used a chainsaw for the first time in my life this week.
Nice.
On Saturday. Chainsaws are scary. I'm going to be completely honest. For all the people out there who are scared of them, you're smart. But as soon as you learn how to deal with it, I mean, it's actually not that hard, and you just go chewing through trees. It was a lot of fun. At the church.
There we go, everybody.
Thank you, Sam.
Thanks for listening. Goodbye, everybody.
At the church workday, we were trimming some trees for our church to just kind of make it all look better, and so I was using a chainsaw. Anyway, that was really bad and long, and I'm sorry.
Was that the one that Sam was gonna steal from you?
No.
Oh.
This is the one that Sam was gonna steal from me. So, last night, we were at, well, not technically last night. It was a couple nights ago, thanks to the magic of podcasting. But Sam, leave your shirt on. But it was Matthew's birthday party because Matthew is 16 now. Whoop-de-doo. But that's gonna lead into his weekly update. But anyway, we're at his party, and there was a couple of us that decided there was not enough ice cream at this party, so we decided to go get us some more ice cream.
Mainly
so,
Sam.
Sam and me and Lucas Kern, one of our buddies, hopped in Sam's truck and we started driving to the Quick Trip. The only problem was I forgot how to get to Quick Trip and I took us to Walmart instead. As soon as we stepped out of Walmart, Sam was like, you know what? I want to play my guitar inside the Walmart. So he opened up the door, grabbed his guitar, and put it. And that wasn't even the funny part. As we're getting ready, Sam's grabbing his guitar. We hear these 4 girls come out of Walmart,
screaming the most profane things
at one another, and we were like, "What is Walmart?" It was just 4 girls, 4 teenage girls, screaming, just like screaming to an empty parking lot, just bombs flying everywhere.
It was like 11 o'clock.
Well, one thing that I can say is they were like, one of them screamed, "You came here to meet an 11-year-old?" It was like, we were like, what is going on over
She
there?
yelled 3 or 4 times, "You came here to meet an 11-year-old girl."
What?
Sam, and we were like, what is going on? So anyway,
I didn't know how to react to this at all.
Yeah,
add that
I've
one.
never heard this.
Add that one to the people of Walmart.
And the town that this is from is a little bit ghetto, so this
It is a little, and it was like Sam said when she said that. Sam wanted really bad to just yell, "Not again!"
You should have. That'd been hilarious. You're never gonna see those girls again. You should have done it.
Yeah, I know that. They might find me.
That's true.
I'm very
Is that Riz?
desirable.
Definitely Riz.
That's why we had to wait on the video podcast.
Yeah.
All right, who wants to go next? Who wants to go next for the weekly update?
We had to wait.
Honestly,
I
I was just gonna talk about the party and that's it.
All right, you can go ahead.
It was a cool party. We had like 15 teenage guys. We played some volleyball, some spike ball.
And this is Matthew's birthday party.
Yeah, it's my
16th birthday party. Just got his license, so big celebration.
We all piled up in the back of my truck illegally and crossed the road.
Yeah,
government, it was illegal. Come after me.
There was 10 people in the back of your truck, all squashed in there.
Yeah, so then we went over there to my grandpa's place because he had a volleyball net. We played volleyball. Then we came back at night when the sun set, and we had some food and drinks, and we had a big bonfire, and we had 2 big speakers, and it was a nice vibe. It was a lot of fun.
It was crazy. I love that. Yeah, lots of 6-7 jokes. I'm just gonna say it right now. So the volleyball is great though. I really love the volleyball. That's probably my highlight because I'm a pretty good server, but I'm slow.
That's fine.
I'm not like the spike server.
Yeah.
Kind of like my computer for Minecraft.
What?
Good server, kind of slow.
Oh, ayo. All right. So for my weekly update today, this is just frustration story that happened at Subway. So I'm here to vent. So what happened was at Subway, I was working one day. And it was surprisingly busy for what time it was. So we can get online orders. So one day we got an online order that came in while we were serving people. Eventually we got around to it and started working on it. Then a lady comes in, and she said, "I just ordered on the app, and I scheduled it to the order to come in for you guys at 4:30. But can you guys just start working on it now and finish it now? Even though I didn't order it to be done for another 30 minutes." And we're like, "No, we can't do it. We don't have the receipt, so we don't." She's like, no, look at my phone here. See, look. And I said, "Well, we still just can't do it. And I'm working with a new coworker, so I'm the one who has to take charge. And all of a sudden, I'm the one who's supposed to have all the authority and stuff." I'm like, "I'm sorry, we can't do that." And she was just all like, "Whatever, fine, you can't do it." And then I was like, "Also, we're working on an order right now. Somebody else who actually ordered before you, and is going to be here before you said you were going to be here." Anyway, she walks out, and I think it's the end of it. I don't think much of it. I'm like, well, she's got to come back, and if we get that order. So we finish that order, more orders and stuff. Eventually, her order does come in. She scheduled it to come in, so it comes in. We print it out and start making it and stuff. We're just about finished getting the last stuff wrapped up and getting prepared for her, and she's there. And 2025, guys, and she said this. She's like, "Can I get your manager's number?"
That's crazy.
And it was the most crazy thing because you know who was in the wrong?
Is that Riz?
100% her. 100%.
Whoa, that is Riz.
Completely, yes. It was 100% her who was in the wrong. She came in and she was acting like we were supposed to magically make a bunch of subs for her that we didn't have the authority to make. And we're like, "No, this is what our manager would have done too." And I'm like, and she asked for the number, and I said, no. And she said, "Is there any time I can come in? When's your manager going to be in next?" I'm like, "Saturday morning." "That's right. You're going to have to wake up on Saturday morning to come in, Karen." Didn't say that last part out loud, but she got her comeuppance even in that response. But, drives me nuts, those Subway Karens.
Can we all just take a minute? I was afraid that this story was going to end in you caving to the Karen, but you did not. So let's give this man like a round of applause for standing up to the Karens out there and giving them what for.
That's right. And plus, I was already under a bunch of stress that day, and I was just like, it drives me nuts. Karens.
Eat it, Karen.
Literally.
At 4:30 when your order comes in.
Exactly. It was actually 5 o'clock. She came in at 4:30 and said, "Can you make the order that's not going to be in until 5? I'm like, "No, not overstepping my authority, and neither would my manager." So
go back and wait in your Yukon XL, your 2024 Yukon XL.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait, was it a big order or just kind of a smaller order?
She wasn't a big order. I'm just kidding. She was. It was like 3 subs. It was 3 subs, and we already had one order that somebody else had actually ordered 4 subs or 4 or 5 subs. So we're like
6, 7.
6, 7
Okay,
subs.
buddy.
All right.
You gotta stop.
All right, Sam, you got a weekly update?
Just about 6, 7.
Okay, so we got a couple stories here.
Story time.
Story time! Cross your legs, crisscross applesauce like an owl.
Owls don't do that. Thanks for doing that on the audio podcast, Sam.
Okay, anyways, owls can crisscross their leg. Anyways, so I found this motorcycle for sale, called the lady, she's gonna sell it to me, I gotta buy it next weekend. One problem, I lost my wallet. So then I got a different bike, right? And then I'm driving, and there's a low creek bed. And it was very mucky, and I decided, I'm gonna go out there and get in the mud. And I sunk very deep. Called my dad, I said, I'm stuck in the mud.
I did something stupid.
And he's like, alright, I'm gonna be there in 10 minutes. 30 minutes later, I'm still stuck in the mud. Getting worse. Now we're about hips deep. Hips,
Don't lie.
nips, I don't know, one of the two. And I'm just sitting there, and there's a lady across the way with her kid, and she's just looking at me like, why is he in the water? What is he doing? And I'm like, help me, I'm stuck. Meanwhile, I see my bike up there, and then I see a person driving up. I'm like, uh-oh, somebody's gonna steal my bike. But then, actually, I just took my clothes off.
Whoa.
Took my clothes off and threw them to the side. Got my boots out of the muck hole. I was wearing cowboy boots of all things.
What?
Cowboy boots. Anyways, got it all out. And then drove back home for 30 minutes with
Without your
most
shirt
of my
on.
clothes off.
What is this crazy story?
This feels
Okay,
inappropriate.
This is the most Sam-esque story
So
I've
I
heard.
got home, all mucky and everything. Anyways, that's one story. Okay, story number 2.
Wait, hold on.
Wait, can we react
Okay.
to the first one?
Okay, go ahead. I'll give you however many minutes you like.
Okay,
You
so
are a menace to society.
did you get the bike out of the muck?
I didn't take the bike in the mug. I went in the mug.
Okay, why did you go
You
in
were
the mud?
stuck?
My body was stuck.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Oh, I never got that. I thought you drove your bike in
That's
the
that's what I thought, and I was like, this
Oh.
bike is done. I was
That's
like,
what I
I was
thought.
like, if we're hips
Yeah.
deep, this bike is done.
Yeah.
But,
That's what I thought.
but then when he said that, and now, so hold on. So you're
So
saying
why
I
did you take
can.
your clothes off?
Okay, hold on. I'm getting that. So you're saying that I can decrease drag on my body if I am the
In
way
the-
the good Lord made me.
In the buff.
He wasn't in the buff.
In
He
the
was at
nude.
most his clothes
Okay,
off.
I still had underwear on.
Okay. Well, that's
You look like the most mental institution escapee of all time. I gotta get home. I'm stuck.
What would have happened if the police had showed up?
Shysters.
Yeah, I was just driving by this mud hole, figured I'd get in.
I mean,
Now my clothes are on the shore and I can't get out.
I don't know. They probably would have took me to the police station.
Gave you some clothes, so funny.
I mean, I wasn't that.
The good Lord provided and didn't provide any cops in that area.
Did you just stand in the sun, let the mud dry, and just call that your
No.
pants?
I took a shower. As soon as I got home, I took a shower, nice hot shower. Couldn't get out all the mud out of the creases.
I'm guessing it was the easiest shower to get ready for of all time.
Every crack and crevice.
Alright. What's your second story?
Is it as good as this one?
All right, so second story. Well, there's a lot of drama at work. There's this chick named Maya.
Ooh.
I'm not gonna say her last name.
It's just not,
I don't even know her last name.
Maya's kind of a drama name. I'm not gonna lie.
Hopefully she doesn't find this. Okay, I hate her.
Whoa.
In Christian love.
Just
of course.
kidding. I can't hate her. I don't hate many people, but she irks me so much.
How old is she? Like younger, or older?
I don't know. She watches anime. It's like a range from 19 to 27.
Okay.
Better chances of older then.
Anyways, she's talking crap about me all day, right? And then I'm talking to my other coworker, and then she called HR and whole big deal.
Really? She called HR on you?
She
Is that
called
the story?
her.
That's such a scumbag thing to do.
That's
Wait,
a
what's
sad-
HR?
That's human resources.
What?
Yeah, they're the
What were you doing?
They're the people that talk to you when you're like doing bad stuff.
Well, she said that we were carrying soup without telling her that we were carrying soup behind her because it's hot soup, hot soup poop. Anyways.
What? That's the stupidest reason. He put my life in danger.
Yeah, because if you spill hot soup on people, they don't usually like it.
Did you do it on purpose?
No.
But I didn't spill any hot soup on
So that's a stupid reason to call HR then.
her. Okay. And then my boss yelled at me because I was hanging out with my coworker, and then she made me watch a harassment video.
What?
Because she didn't want me to harass people. But I wasn't harassing anyone. And the videos I had to watch, they had to I had to choose different options to see how the story would play out. And the stuff they did was so racist in the movies. Like, it was like a work setting, and there's a Muslim, and an Asian lady, a white lady, and a white man.
And they walk
And
into
then
a bar.
one guy was like, they were trying to take a trip, and then one guy was like, hey, why don't you just ride with me? The Muslim said that. He's like, walking into an airport with a Muslim? No way.
What?
Yeah. I was like, this is so racist.
Wait, your boss made you watch this?
Yeah, so I
Yeah.
won't be racist at work. Anyways,
Yeah.
I also found out that it's racist to talk to somebody in their native language.
Really?
Yeah, because I know
Stupid.
Spanish, and then I was talking to my coworker in Spanish, but then I watched that video, and apparently it can be seen as making fun of, so.
How? That's cool.
What?
No.
But bro, literally at my job, they're trying to get me to learn Spanish because so many Mexican people, like the immigrants, they come into our store and they don't know a whole bunch of it
Oh, they might
of
get-
English. We get so many of those, and they're trying to get us to learn Spanish in order to talk to them better. So
I
that's
didn't
the
know you knew
stupidest thing I've ever heard.
The HR videos are really dumb. They're
Yeah.
super stupid. Who learns anything from a harassment video? Anyone who learns something like groundbreaking from a harassment video needs to not be working.
Remember that one video that we had to watch, and I just passed out on the floor.
Oh
At camp?
Yeah.
The one that we have to watch at camp? Yeah, that one's scary. I hate that
What is
one.
it?
I just passed out on the floor. And
It was
then Willow
it was
took a picture
excellent.
Of me.
I actually loved it. The what is it?
Algorithm one.
Something dilemma. Social dilemma. It's excellent.
Wait,
I
no,
recommend it.
not that one.
Not that one. Oh,
the
you mean
abu-
you mean the abuse video?
The
Oh, that
abuse
was not
video.
fun.
Yeah, no, that was a genuinely every counselor on CIT week looks forward to getting that thing over with.
It's required, but it's not fun.
And I'm doing the head counselor program,
Yeah.
kind of a thing to like learn how to be a head counselor. We have more stuff on abuse that we have to learn about. And
It's fine. I'm
harassment.
thick-skinned and I'm also not a terrible person, so it doesn't affect me as much as it affects some people. I get it, and I also completely understand it very, very intimately and bad, but not as bad as some people have it. Like, I'm very thick-skinned.
Speaking
Well-
of intimately,
No.
Whoa!
what do we think about waffling? Like hand waffling?
Thank you for giving me my platform to say if you waffle your fingers, you are a sinful being unless
What
you're
if
married.
you're married?
If you're married, that's okay.
What if you're dating?
Premarital hand waffling. No, I will protect your innocence, Sam.
But we're both dudes.
Yeah, no. If you waffle your fingers before you're married, and you can hold hands. That's okay.
What?
If you waffle,
Just
yes.
pancake.
If
So you can do this?
Yeah, you can
Pancake
do that.
is
That's
fine.
okay. If you're in a
That's weird
relationship.
though. That's weird though.
That's if
Weirder
you're-
than waffling? Waffling
feels-
is way weirder than
Look how
this.
uncomfortable this looks.
What if
Look
you
how
waffle your
uncomfortable
toes?
this- Look
What
look
about
how
you?
uncomfortable this looks. Like
Yeah.
No, that's natural. That's completely natural.
Also, I feel like we're gonna get married now at some point. No, just don't. Hand holding, like
Is it worse
Ugh.
than kissing?
yes.
no.
No, I'm just kidding.
is
I'm just
premarital
kidding.
waffling worse than premarital kissing?
No,
Okay.
it's not.
Okay,
but
good, good.
premarital contact is just.
Okay, are we going down this? Because what are our thoughts on engagement kissing? Is that okay?
I have no place to understand this at all.
I feel like
I'm kind of like this is kind of got deeper. Like I'm genuinely serious.
I-
Like I've had discussions with people about like that it's okay. Like they think it's okay once you're engaged that you can kiss your.
I have no
Fiance.
idea. I have no idea
I've
what
kissed-
God thinks about it.
People and not be married.
I've kissed my mother. No, I'm just kidding.
You kiss your
I
mom.
definitely
Those
have
lips.
kissed.
I seen that in It's a Wonderful Life. He kisses his mom on the lips. I'm like, whoa, what?
Well, not on the lips. you
Yeah, he
weirdo.
does.
I did.
No,
Yeah, he
I'd have.
Oh, you haven't? Okay.
I have.
You,
When I was like
Your mother?
3.
well, that's true.
Yeah,
Mom
I
does
feel like
that
that's
You
a
definitely have.
situation.
that's a family thing.
I kissed my dog once.
on the lips, or on the jowls.
Yeah, it was an interesting situation. She's got a long tongue, dude.
Okay. Anyway, to get back to the seriousness, I've thought about it a lot. Thank you, Sam. And I feel like I've reached the conclusion where I don't think it's okay. You know, like I feel like there have to be other and I think probably the main reason is to affirm that to affirm your love.
Yeah.
But I feel like there have to be different ways.
I don't think
then-
it's sinful. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think it's sinful. I think it's more special to wait till your wedding day.
For sure.
I think that's so much more of a special moment. That's like the first time that I don't know. It just feels more special.
I agree with that.
Probably one of the most top 3 moments of your life, getting married, and you get to do it the first time.
Yeah, I think definitely a thing with that is intentions, because where the kissing today has become such a romantic thing, like
Yeah.
intentions seriously do matter about these things and where it leads, and you have to be much more serious about that kind of thing these days. So back in the day where it was just like a courtesy, like a cultural thing, nowadays it's more romantic, so you have to be sensitive to that and what does it mean, and what are your intentions with it. So I think the Christians have to be definitely way more careful with that kind of thing.
Yeah.
You're 100% right, and that was exactly where I was gonna go. I was like, for some couples, it can be okay, and I think for other couples, it could be sinful.
Mhm.
It all depends.
Where's your heart at?
Yeah,
Yeah.
where's your heart? What are your intentions? It could be good. It could be bad.
Yeah,
My heart is with my baby gorilla.
Mm. Oh, that's right. You are a mama.
I
Thanks
am a mama.
to at camp.
Story time.
Story time.
Sit like an owl, fellas. Anyways, so
Can we tell this story together?
we're gonna go back and forth, a little ping pong bouncy action.
All right,
Alright.
I'll start. So at this camp that we all counsel at, well, three of us have counseled. Matthew's not counseled. He's going to counsel this year. There's a training week before you counsel certain ages of kids. You're gonna have to go through this training where you do devotions, you do various things, and to start out like the Sunday of like the first, it stretches from the one Friday 9 days later to the next Saturday. So it's all those days is all the training for becoming a counselor. And so the Sunday we go out in the morning after we do a little church service, and we go out to eat at this one restaurant. And on the way there is when the story happened.
And so we're inside the camp van, classic like 80s like Dodge van, red interior, like maroon carpet interior, super comfy seats, but we're all packed in here like sardines, as many counselors as we can fit. And obviously the boys being chill are sitting on the 4-seat row in the back. And then Sam decides that he needs more room than that. So
I throw my legs up on the seat in front of me.
Now, what was the problem, Sam?
Well, there was a very, we'll say,
sensitive
person. I'm not going to release any names here.
But her name was... No, just kidding.
Her name starts with a J.
Ooh!
Anyways, she kept yelling at me to put my feet down.
That's
and
so
you,
unsensitive.
And I said,
you dropped the ultimate trump card.
And I said, no, I'm pregnant. I can get whatever I want. So
It was so random.
And we were all
So
dying. We're
random.
dying
So
laughing.
for the rest of that week, I was pregnant.
But we said that it wasn't weird. He was pregnant with a baby gorilla.
We don't know how or when.
How's the gorilla doing?
We just called,
I don't know, he's rebellious.
we call him Gorilla Mama. Sam Gorilla Mama.
Yeah, that week I was also Michael Black Jordan.
Yeah, that's what the B stands for, Michael B.
Black
Jordan.
Jordan.
I'm changing our name in my context to Gorilla Mama.
Gorilla Mama. So anyway, that's the Gorilla Mama story.
All right, so that has been the weekly updates. Let's quickly do last week's news, and then we'll jump over to our brief sports ball update. This is last week's news. Hamas has agreed to a ceasefire proposal mediated by Egypt, which includes the weekly release of Israeli hostages, but not before heading down to the Nile to help out with some of the Pharaoh's building projects. Trump warned that if Russia continues to delay progress with their approach to ceasefire negotiations in Ukraine, he might impose secondary tariffs on Russian oil ranging from 25% to 50%, targeting countries that purchase oil from Russia. But just to make sure the deals will succeed, Trump plans to start a new game show about making deals with Russia. Projected season count, 27 to 30 seasons. A 7.7 magnitude earthquake struck Maladive, Myanmar, with a death toll surpassing 3,000 as of this recording, and expected to rise further. Soon after, another 7.0 magnitude earthquake struck near Tonga, about 62 miles northeast of Tonga's main island. People in Southeast Asia are now coming out in droves to board Boeing aircraft just to get off the ground. In Lithuania, during a U.S. Army training exercise, 3 soldiers were found dead in their armored vehicle, submerged in a peat bog near Pabrad. A 4th soldier remains missing, and search efforts are ongoing for both him and the missing pronouns of all 4 of those soldiers that clearly caused this accident to happen. Trump recently joked about the possibility of running for a 3rd term, despite the U.S. Constitution's 22nd Amendment prohibiting presidents from serving more than 2 terms, but he put that idea aside for the moment and put it on his to-consider list, along with freeing Joe Exotic and asking the Pope to make J.D. Vance the patron saint of America. Liberal leading Judge Susan Crawford won the Wisconsin Supreme Court election, ensuring a liberal majority on the court for the next 3 years. The election was the most expensive judicial race in U.S. history, with spending surpassing $100 million. But Crawford assured the Wisconsin people that while she is in office, the human cost will still continue to rise much higher. House Majority Whip Tom Emmer criticized the fact that in February 2025 alone, more universal injunctions were issued than during the first 3 years of President Biden's administration. Oh, but you don't get it, the judges protested. You see, he's a Republican. An Israeli airstrike in Beirut, Lebanon, targeted and killed Hassan Ali Badir, a senior Hezbollah commander and member of Iran's Revolutionary Guard Corps, suspected of planning a major offensive against Israel in the upcoming month. The historians then all high-fived and chalked the event up to another weird Arabian name for kids in the future to have to read in history class. Idaho passed legislation requiring public schools to include learning about the development of unborn babies in their curriculum. Grades 5 through 12 will learn about the pregnancy development at the beginning of the 2025 to 2026 school year. Planned Parenthood has not currently confirmed the completion of their segment of the curriculum. The Department of Justice has announced its intention to seek the death penalty for Luigi Mangione, who is accused of the premeditated murder of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson in December. But the Italian took a lesson from the logic of former offender and New York City candidate Andrew Cuomo. I'm Italian. How could I not gun down a healthcare CEO whose politics I disagree with? On Liberation Day, April 2, 2025, President Trump announced reciprocal tariffs designed to match the rates that around 60 countries impose on U.S. exports. Trump also established Liberation Day as a new federally recognized holiday where all federal employees across all federal agencies quit on the spot and get paid through September. A federal judge has permanently dismissed the corruption case against New York City Mayor Eric Adams with prejudice, meaning that they cannot be refiled. And anybody can't argue with the decision, since obviously federal judges are the leading experts on prejudice in America. California lawmakers recently rejected 2 proposals aimed at keeping men out of women's sports and keeping men out of women's restrooms and locker rooms. Between each proposal considered, the legislators decided to take a bathroom break. The California Senate janitors have not needed to clean the men's restrooms in 10 years. Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu attended Hungary's announcement of withdrawal from the International Criminal Court. Hungarian Prime Minister Orbán welcomed Netanyahu despite an ICC arrest warrant against him, stating that the decision was politically motivated. This is such a beautiful thing. We could all certainly use more politicians criticizing politics all over the globe. Recent tornadoes and storms swept through the South Midwest, killing 7 and causing widespread destruction, including damaged homes, downed power lines, and catastrophic flooding. Tennessee declared a state of emergency to allow for a formal request for federal assistance to help recovery efforts, but Trump had to put them on a waiting list with many other states behind California, which has been in a state of emergency since 1988. American fencer Stephanie Turner was disqualified from a women's tournament after she took a knee in protest, refusing to compete against a man. USA Fencing issued her a black card, disqualifying her from the tournament. I guess it will still be a long time before liberals stop pulling out the black card. This has been last week's news. I am recording this in the dark. It's 9:50 and I finished my shift and I'm super tired and want to go to sleep, so feel bad for me. This is being recorded before all the action that happened on Saturday and Sunday. And please enjoy this very much because I suffered to make it happen. Thank you. And always remember, only my opinions of the news matter. Repeat line, end of speech. All right, so Matthew, what do you have for the sports ball today? I know you said you didn't have much prepared, but we're going to basically go over what's happened. I mean, basically by tomorrow, the game... Oh, the game is the day that this episode comes out. So
tonight.
We're not even going to know when this comes out. So what do you have for us, Matthew?
So Duke, first off, we'll go the Florida game in the college Final Four. Florida handled, who they even played? Auburn. Auburn kind of choked the bag at the end of the game, to be honest. They had a lot of chances to win the game, but they lost because they just made too many mistakes down the stretch. Then Duke lost.
Yes, let's go, baby.
Biggest surprise of the whole night was Duke losing by 3 points.
Yes. They were up the whole game until the final
like 30 seconds.
Yeah.
And then they just completely lost it.
Yeah.
Dude, Houston. I've always known Houston was good.
And Jeremiah's sitting pretty right now.
And it was an awesome experience because we had like 15 guys watching the game, so it was like such a hype environment.
And let me tell you what, there is something exhilarating about being the only one person in that room who is just hyped up that Houston just ate them in the last 3 seconds.
David was too.
David was? Really? I thought he was going for...
No, he just wanted to be different.
He was destroyed internally, it looked like. But he didn't bet any money on that one, so it's fine.
He bet on the
Auburn.
Anyway, let's air all of his dirty laundry on camera. I'm just kidding. All right.
We should wrap this podcast up.
We should rap about David.
All right, so we don't have
movie to watch.
We don't have much else to do with the sports ball update, so now let's move on to news. So for news today, don't have a lot to go over except for nobody's won the contest yet. So the contest we did last time was...
How many participants have you had?
I've had one so far. We had one guess and it was Coke, and that was incorrect. So what the contest was was to guess what was the brand of drink that I had in the can on my desk. And
Jeremiah can participate too because he wasn't there.
that's true, but maybe let's get some more non-host participation.
Oh my.
There's a sticker prize with it, and there's a new place to email it to. So I did mention on there that our new email is NotYourEchoChamberPodcast@gmail.com. Now, from now on, all contest submissions go to that email. So make sure you email it to that, not put it in the comments, because there's honestly a dumb way I was doing it before. But yeah, that's the new email, and nobody has won the contest yet, so it's still available, and it's going to continue to go through a few more days. Tuesday morning, though, the guy who already guessed, I'm going to give him another guess if nobody else gives a guess. So yeah, and there's a bunch of different ways you can get stickers. We've mentioned them on previous podcasts. Anything you contribute to the show, like audio or like even something to read, will be, and if it's read on the podcast,
Mail.
It
Send
will.
us some fan mail too.
Yeah, through our email, NotYourEchoChamberPodcast@gmail.com. We use that stuff on the show. So yeah, that's our new email, and our contest is ongoing right now. You can find us on Twitter at NoEchoPod. Tweet anything, ideas to us. Comment and subscribe on YouTube, and comment and review and vote in our Spotify polls. Does anybody know the outcome of the last poll?
I won.
I think Jeremiah won.
I think you and me are tied, but honestly,
Yeah.
I think you took it down as we suspected you would. So I'll just count this one as a dub for you, honestly. But yeah, so that was the superhero battle royale draft. Honestly, it was pretty close the whole time though, because we're almost equal, except Matthew. There was 8 votes and Matthew got 2.
So you guys each got 3 and I got 2.
Yep. Jeremiah, was there something you were gonna say?
Anybody who knows, this is a topic for another show, but anybody who knows you knows that there would never be a can of Coke on your desk.
No, there's not, because they know they don't know this, but it gives me squirt something
It
crazy.
does. And the zero stuff blurs up your eyes.
Yeah, it
You can't
does.
even
Well,
see.
it used to do more. I'm actually into Pepsi Zero right now. It's actually really good. I'm probably getting addicted. Please send tell me how to get into Diet Soda Anonymous so I can recover from this illness.
Oh, I thought you were gonna ask them to send you Diet Pepsi or Pepsi Zero, and they would. You could give them a sticker.
So the last thing I want to go over is today, we're recording this at church currently, and we're just after. Honestly, I don't care anymore, guys. There's this youth camp that we mention all the time, and it's called Northern Grace Youth Camp. It's up in Shawano, Wisconsin. Oh, boom! You know where we live now. Just kidding. No, we live like 2 hours away, so it's fine. But Shawano, Wisconsin, excellent camp. That's where we counsel, and there's a bunch of events happening. But what I want to mention right now is their spring youth retreat, which is going to be taking place on March 3 through 5, and you can register for that now online at NGYC.org. Might be Northern Grace Youth Camp at .org. I think just look up Northern Grace Youth Camp and figure out that information. They have Facebook, all that stuff to get in contact with care of Dave Green, who's the director there. I'm definitely going to be there for that one. They also have a private retreat, but that one I can't talk about because it's private invitations and stuff. But the spring youth retreat is going to be taking place through the 3rd through the 5th in Shawano, Wisconsin at Northern Grace Youth Camp. Send that on Google Maps. I'll probably put it in the description, but
Just a really encouraging time. A weekend, get out, get in nature. It's a really great camp setting. Really nice buildings, and just get out and just kind of have a bit of a weekend to just refresh, get your mind focused on God.
they'll give you time to do personal devotions, hang out with people, hang out with us. Yeah, come and hang out with us.
Yeah, come meet your favorite show hosts.
Yeah, and it gives you time to worship in chapel. It gives you time to listen to the speaker, to just play a few outdoor games, have a little bit of free time, and then we split up into groups and do skits, and it's awesome.
You might even get to know what a toilet fire is.
Yes.
Which is a story for another podcast that we will share.
Yeah, so NGYC.org, register for that, and definitely attend because it's highly recommended. Anybody else have any news or anything they want to share for the segment?
Yeah, I'm going to go watch Jack Black now.
I just washed my hair in a sink.
Did you?
Yeah, I felt like I needed to, and I feel a lot better now. I look a lot better, so I parted it right down the middle.
Like the Red Sea?
Looked like Johnny Depp.
Nice. All right.
We're about to go watch a movie.
We're going to go watch the Minecraft movie. Sorry we didn't have time for the media review today, and we didn't have time to do a draft today, but at the end of this episode, I am going to put a reel of things that happened at the campfire. I actually took a few recordings, and they're very chaotic, and you have no idea what's going to happen, but it's I have about 2 minutes of that, 4 minutes of that, and then I have another 2 minutes of Sam telling us about a dream that he had last night. So that's a little extra, little bonus after the podcast for you to enjoy. Yeah. So thanks for joining us today, special guest Sam Cotner.
I didn't know you videoed the dream.
I didn't video it. I just audio recorded it. That's why I held the phone up to your face. It's a weird dream, guys. It has to do with feet clapping. So.
And just a quick shout out. Angie YC is not in any way affiliated with us, not a sponsor, just a personal recommendation.
Yeah, totally personal recommendation. And they also are going to be doing some other youth camping weeks later in the year. Like mostly the month of July, we're going to do that. So definitely recommend that. Don't tell them that this podcast sent you, because clearly they're not endorsing us. We can't officially endorse them, but I am personally endorsing them. So thanks for joining us on today's podcast. And we're gonna go watch the Minecraft movie now, so we'll see you later.
See you, bye.
As a child, I yearn for the mines.
And it doesn't matter if you don't like that this podcast wasn't as long as a normal podcast. You know why? Because it's not your echo chamber. All right, bye.
Hilarious.
Hey, everybody, how's it going?
Hey, yo.
All right, I'm gonna go up to people and talk to him. Hey, sir, what is your name?
Micah Erickson.
We'd like to say a few things for the podcast.
I don't know.
You don't know. That was a good quote. Excuse me, Jack. Can I get a quote from you, please?
Hey.
Oh, this is Zeke. Zeke, can I get a quote from you?
What is up, my brother? It is Zeke here. Jesus loves you. I was just gonna say that. Don't listen to this guy. Jesus loves you.
Psalms 119:9. How can a young man cleanse his sins?
Also, I take your ankles any day. I'm just kidding. Who's this going to? Ah, it's so hot.
It's so hot. All right, can I get a quote from you, Jack? Back to Jack, everybody.
If you're in my belly.
I'd be glad you couldn't see that. All right, Jack, can I get the quote now?
Yeah. If you died today for $1 million, would you take it? My guess is not.
Would you take it?
It's David Garland. Psalms 119:9. How can a young man cleanse his ways? By getting in the Word. So get in your Word, ladies and gentlemen, and spend time in the quiet place.
Amen. Amen. All right. Can you tell me what Ephesians 2:10 is?
Yeah, actually. For we are his workmanship, his own master work, a work of art, created in Christ Jesus, reborn from above. That's only half of it, but yeah.
Okay, thank you. It's audio, so nobody will know that it was on the back of a T-shirt.
You don't need to say that.
Okay, okay. I will cut it.
Thank you.
All right. Who else? Sam, would you like to say something for the podcast?
Once in a while, I inhale fire, and I get sick.
Are we recording right now?
Yeah.
Hi. I'm on this podcast.
How are you?
I don't know. Am I?
I've got some crazy stuff so far. It's only been like 2 minutes.
2 whole
Flipping minutes. Am I right?
Are you black?
Am I black? I'm totally black. Oh, we should.
I'm not a black brother. No.
Oh, yeah, let's go ask people if they're black. Sam, are you black?
Just a little bit.
All right, are you black, Micah?
I am Michael Black Jordan.
I'm like 3%.
Okay, nice. David, are you black?
No.
Jason, are you black?
Jace. I need a favor.
No way.
Only for me, right?
Slave.
That's crazy.
Bro, that was crazy. All right, while we're waiting, Jack, are you black? Are you Jack Black?
No.
Sam, are you black?
Occasionally.
Silas, are you black?
When I choose to be.
Micah, are you black?
Like 3% again.
Okay, thank you. Who else should we ask? Jason, are you black? That you're nodding for the audio? You're nodding your head. Yes, you are black. Are you? Are you actually?
It's going up and down. Like sideways.
Sideways, up and down.
Yep.
Up and down is sideways. Are you redefining terms? Are you saying that gender doesn't matter?
Yes.
Are you saying that, David?
Yes.
What do you identify as?
A gecko.
A pansexual gecko. I got it. Yes. Let's get this man.
Just run through.
All right.
I don't want to like pick somebody up. And
I was just wondering because you're like
Any final words for the podcast?
No.
Any final words for the podcast?
Read your Bible and pray every day. And
Amen.
Grow.
Wow, that was pretty original right there. All right, any last words for the podcast, people? Any last words?
Stay lit, brother.
Jesus loves you.
All right, so we got some there. And now the police is coming to take us away in a Cybertruck. All right, so see you later, peoples. Okay, Sam, what was your dream? What was your dream, Sam?
Well, I was at work and I was walking around, and my manager Alex was talking to my coworker Eli. And they were talking about a thunderstorm, and then all of a sudden there was a thunderstorm, and I was part of the thunderstorm, and I just started like making clapping noises, and they were like crying and screaming.
Hi, are you ready?
And then I walked away, and then all my coworkers were yelling at me, and I came back. And they were like clapping their feet together instead of their hands. I was like, what happened to your hands, guys? And they're like, oh, we learned to be ambidextrous. And then I just kept clapping, and then I just kept looking, and then I ran away. Then they were chasing me, clapping their feet at the same time. And then eventually got away, but I got in the water. Then they were swimming and clapping. It was bad.
And then you lost your wallet.
I lost my wallet.
All right, thank you.